In 2 weeks, I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote?
He is the first of many. This is going to be a common theme for this channel, guys. Buckle up.
I never thought I'd say that, but I regret my vote. I voted for Trump.
I voted for Trump, and I regret it now.
As a Hispanic, I voted for Donald J. Trump. Dude, I regret it so much, man.
I am regretting my vote for Donald Trump.
I voted for Donald Trump, and now I regret it.
A lot of people who were like me voted for Trump and have to account for that.
I regret voting for Trump.
So deeply regret my vote for Donald Trump.
I regret voting for Trump.
I was a dumbass, voted for Trump. It was the worst decision I ever made.
I've seen the light, and I got out of MAGA. A lot of us there have seen the light. We have deep regrets.
I feel guilty because I voted for Trump twice. I feel very guilty because I feel responsible. That's why he's still running.
I was with Trump for 9 straight years. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed in Trump right now.
So regretting your vote for Donald Trump is like getting food poisoning from gas station sushi and surprised that it's not organic. And now meet the regretful voter who realized too late that politics isn't just an Instagram debate. It's real life.
This is how it went.
Why are you voting for Trump for? Because I'm fucking tired of being broke.
And this is how it's going.
I've been fucking pumped for this no tax on overtime. I've been fucking ecstatic, dude. I know America's been waiting on this shit. Everybody's been bragging. Man, I can't wait. I'm going to have so much extra money. It's going to, bring in so much more money per month. Wrong, motherfuckers. Wrong. I did the fine print looking. It is not fucking going to help us month to month. It's not going to help you check none. They're still going to tax the fuck out of your goddamn check.
Buddy, you voted for the man who lied over 33,000 times while in his first term, has conned people his whole entire life, and you yourself expected not to get lied to and conned? Well, I guess this is what it looks like when a Trump supporter decides to wake up, take the boot out of his mouth, and realize, yo, we were right. Donald Trump's only interest is giving tax breaks to his billionaire best friends while screwing over the middle class. We told you that. You said, ain't no way that a billionaire and his best friend, the richest man in the world, won't have the middle class's best interest in mind. And we said you were crazy, and you said we were fear-mongering, and here we are, and you're regretting this, which is very interesting. And a cherry on top for you really quick, coal miners. Donald Trump took away your guys' black lung screening. It's a disease that you guys are very susceptible to. In West Virginia, he took away the black lung screening. That was free and accessible to you guys for a long time. It's been a benefit for a long time. He took that away. So that is just a cherry on top of me trying to let you know that Donald Trump does not give a damn about the working class, and he never has.
Bankruptcy is Trump's love language, and he'd rather file for bankruptcy than pay the contractors what they're owed. And he's bringing big coal back with free black lung for everybody. No diagnosis needed.
Trump supporter. I don't know how long I can keep doing this. I have a construction company, and not a fucking thing is getting done. This is what I get. This is what I fucking get. Nothing but white boys. It takes 4 days to do a one-day job. I might have fucked up.
Turns out America First doesn't pour concrete or hang drywall.
Talk about this slew of MAGA people that are all of a sudden becoming regretful. And folks on the left going like, guys, we can't just beat up on these people because they're never going to learn. And I know this comes from a place of hopefulness, but here's the thing. None of these people are having regret because of something that happened to someone else. Their regret comes from what happened to them. And I think the thing that everyone needs to be so fucking aware of is that none of them are thinking the Democrats were right. They are all thinking I was wrong. And let's be clear, those are two very different thought processes, okay? They are not going, you guys were right and I should have listened to you. They are going, in this instance, I was wrong. These people aren't anti-MAGA. They are anti what MAGA did to them. Across the board, they are still fundamentally the same people that are so happy with everything else that's happened until it finally touched them because they thought they were safe. And until I see a regretful MAGA voter that goes, oh my God, this happened to me, and now I'm realizing how this affected others, or oh my God, I saw something on the news about what happened to somebody that has nothing to do with me, and I couldn't believe what I saw, and that is not okay, we can have a conversation about healing those people and helping them learn. But when someone goes, I lost my USAID job, when someone goes, my kid lost their IEP, when someone goes, my rural small town closed down, in none of these, guys, I was wrong video, almost across the board, I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but almost across the board, none of them have said, you were right and I was wrong and I should have listened. I've heard it a couple of times and that's it. But for the most part, these people are not all of the sudden going, I've got to change my ways. They're going, I'm just simply upset that it finally affected me. And those two things are not the same.
Yeah, this guy's pretty much right. People aren't going to change their ways just because, you know, Donald Trump's a liar. They're just going to vote red the next time. But they're not with Republicans all the time. They just voted for Trump because they thought it was cool. They realize, oh, wait, he sucks. I can't do this again. Those are the people we're trying to reach here. We're not trying. You're not gonna change everybody's mind. But it's the bros that thought it would be cool to vote for Trump. Those are the ones that you're trying to reach.
Hold on. What did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs? Oh, that's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a MAGA man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. You know, I was for him because, you know, everything he said, you know, he played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, you know, he's just he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. You know, they all the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s with trickle-down economics? Yeah, the filthy rich got richer and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes. I'm disappointed for sure. I'm real disappointed.
Yeah, the cost of gas has actually gone up where I live. It's gone up about 30 cents in the last few months. I don't know what people actually thought was going to happen. I don't get it. They actually thought grocery stores are going to lower their prices. People are already used to paying high prices. Prices don't go down. It's just the way it is. Prices stay the same and they go up. They don't come back down. It doesn't happen.
I'm making this video because I voted for Trump. And a lot of my followers are Trump supporters. And I fully expect that I will probably lose a lot of friends and followers because of this opinion. First of all, if we are friends and you can't see past politics to continue being my friend, I just want to say I don't hold any ill will towards you. I totally understand if you feel the need to unfollow me, block me, and not be my friend anymore. I respect it completely.
Can you imagine losing friends because of this fucking clown? People have.
I just don't think we have the same Donald Trump that we had circa 2016 to 2020. This is not the same man. Somewhere along the way, he lost his way.
No, I would argue he absolutely is the same man he was back then.
To deny help to tornado victims. Then I heard he denied further assistance from FEMA to North Carolina.
Yeah, maybe you should Google Trump Hurricane Puerto Rico. See what happens.
This is not the man we voted for. If you are upper middle class or below, I don't see how any of us are faring well under this president. And how long are we just going to close our eyes to it and pretend it's not happening because it's him? And at least it wasn't the other guy. I will no longer stand by and pretend that I have hope in this president, because I don't. This past weekend, what he did last night was 1,000,000% unacceptable, and if any other president did that, everybody would be losing their marbles. The cuts he made to programs that help lower income people, these secret dinners with people wearing masks, it's just craziness at this point, guys. And I just can no longer stand here and say I support it, because I don't. No, I'm not a Democrat. I don't trust the government at all. But I just hope our friendships are strong enough that you guys don't base it just on something political. But understand, I fully expect that I will lose friendships. And I'm sorry to see you go, but I hope you can understand my side as well.
So this lady's willing to lose her friendships, but she is still not willing to vote for the black lady. Okay, we got it.
I have no empathy for Donald Trump voters because you democratically elected a fascist into office. And he's always been forthcoming how he's a fascist, because we moved on from they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats way too fast, because it was proven that Donald Trump just said that just cause. What was his source? Someone told me. Who's that someone? You saw a man get on national television and lie because he wanted to further divide the American people. He wanted to fearmonger. Why? To push his own agenda. You saw a liar and you said that this is going to be a great leader. You voted for a fascist. I have no sympathy for you. You're a fucking idiot. I do not care about leading with kindness anymore because you do not deserve my kindness. You have shown a lack of empathy, a lack of humanity, a lack of critical thinking skills. You deserve to be shamed. You voted for a fascist because you care about the economy. You don't care. You don't know how the economy works. You Googled what is a tariff after you voted.
You know, a lot of people feel the way this woman does, and you're just not going to change the way she thinks. But a lot of people feel she's justified in feeling this way, and she does have a lot of validity to the way she feels right now, because you voted for this. So there you go. I don't know. I'm not as bitter as this woman, but I think I am a lot older than her. And as you get older, you start just being like, meh, whatever, and you don't care as much anymore. This woman is still probably in her 20s and is piss and vinegar right now. But you know, give her a decade. Let's see how she is then.
I'm gonna have a hot take here. Even it might potentially be controversial, but just hear me out. Do your best to hear me out. If you want to disagree with me, I totally get it. But just hear me out. I'm cool with I didn't vote for this statement. Let me cook. Hang on. I think it's a ridiculous fucking statement to make. I don't know how you could possibly, in any way, with a straight face, believe that when motherfuckers were screaming in your fucking face for months, this is what you're voting for. And here we are already having the beautiful cornucopia of fuckery bullshit of exactly what was told. This is what you're voting for. So to then now say, I didn't vote for this, to me is beyond bananas. So let me just get that very clearly stated. What I mean by I don't have a problem with the statement, I didn't vote for this, is because, well, okay, at least we're getting somewhere. At least this is some sort of admission of, okay, maybe I was wrong. You're not really saying I was wrong because you're kind of shifting the blame off of yourself. Like, oh, I didn't know he was going to do this, when, yes, you did. But my point, my motherfucking point, but at least that is a point of a foundation of, okay, we can build something constructive here now. You're admitting the vibes aren't quite fucking vibing like you weirdly remember the 4 years before 2020 being. I don't remember the energy being fucking great at all during that stretch of time, but plenty of them claims that that was the best fucking 4 years of their life. Okay, you're admitting the vibes aren't quite the same at the function right now. Cool. So then can we fucking do something? Can we fucking do something? Now that we, at least more of us, I'm hoping, are seeing, oh, the fucking liar is lying? No fucking way. Didn't see that shit coming. The liar who fucking lied about saying he's gonna end the wars, who's gonna release the Epstein file. The liar who now is disappearing U.S. citizens, U.S. disabled veterans that are getting abducted by ICE, and we have no fucking whereabouts of an understanding of where the fuck they are. That motherfucker. You didn't vote for it, okay? So you're admitting it's fucked. What do we do then? And I don't know. But at least we're admitting something's deeply wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely a start. You're admitting that you didn't vote for this, but it's hard not to laugh at you when you say something that's stupid, because you did vote for this. You just chose to vote for the con man because you think that he's funny. You didn't vote for this. It's because you're fucking stupid. That's why you didn't vote for this, and you didn't realize that this is what you were voting for. This is exactly what you're voting for. 2016 to 2020 was such a great time because after Biden took office, eggs went up exponentially. So therefore, Biden was bad.
I'm going to tell you guys something that's been weighing so heavily on my soul. I am one of the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that did not vote. And it is the biggest regret, I think, of my life so far. It was a huge wake-up call. And I hate this. I feel worse than, I think worse of me than I do a lot of the people that supported Donald Trump. I do. At the same time, I was supposed to be moving to Italy. I was already working on my dual citizenship. I was supposed to be gone when my lease was up here and there. I didn't necessarily think it as important at the time, and it was, I know it was, but I was already leaving because I do not want to be here. I didn't before. I don't necessarily agree with everything on both sides. And I got to the point where I was so fed up with voting because it was like, what's the point? You know, it's like you hope that this person is going to be the best person to be in office to help everybody. More than anything, I want to be a humanitarian. I want to care about people, and I think it hurts. And unfortunately, my story is really fucking sad. And of all times that I should have voted, which I voted for Obama and I did vote for Biden, I would never vote for a man that speaks the way that he does about women, like him, Donald Trump. And I would never vote for a man that speaks the way that he does about his own fucking daughter, okay? My family has made me feel as if I am too much for being so outspoken. And maybe I shouldn't have a fucking word in this, but just know it's the biggest regret that I have ever had. And nothing has wanted me to go more into understanding how important this is than this election. I never in a million years thought that he would have gotten voted again. I don't understand how this is possible.
It's possible literally the same way he got elected the first time. Literally the exact same way. Not voting in this election was like not picking a side in dodgeball and still getting smacked in the face. This not voting is an excuse for lame people.
Well, I have not done a post about anything political in a very long time, but I think this needs to be said. I voted for Trump. I like most everything they're doing. But I, as an American with a heart, with faith will never. I don't want any part of these concentration camps. I don't care if you guys call them detention centers. I do not want any part of that. I did not remember voting for concentration camps. Yes, they came in illegally because Biden administration allowed that. Most are not criminals. I know you say they're criminals because, yes, they crossed the border illegally. I mean with a criminal record. So anybody that's living off our system obviously did not pay taxes and paid into that. They should not ever be living off our system.
Well, you're a fucking idiot because the vast majority of illegal aliens come in legally. They come to the country legally and they pay taxes. Paperwork, that is why they're illegal now. It's paperwork. They don't have their visa renewed or whatever. Just bureaucratic bullshit paperwork, and that's why they're illegal. So yes, they do pay taxes. They go to the store, they pay taxes. They pay sales taxes. They get jobs, they pay taxes. They all pay taxes. You're an idiot, and you didn't vote for concentration camps. Well, good for you. Good for you. At least your black heart is only 90% black. It's not 100% black. I'm going to end my video with this woman. Feel free to follow her on TikTok if you like. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.